Thank you.
Hey, George, are these, we approved these minutes last week, right? These are the new minutes that we're approving tonight.
These are the minutes from last time that were proven. From May 13th.
Yeah, on my. Oh, sorry, gotcha, that's right.
We do
No, sorry.
because of the issue with the fees,
Okay, no, and that's fine.
That's right.
which is in the packet.
But we're reprinting the payables, so we might want to move it
Sorry.
somewhere else.
Okay, we can do that, and they're gonna come up as.
The minutes. That's what the minutes are.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it is 6 o'clock, so please rise while we pledge allegiance.
With pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. This meeting of the Board of Selectmen for May 27 is now called to order at 6 o'clock PM. I'd like to do the roll call. Rob Connell,
Here.
Amanda Cooper,
Here.
Alex Sassoon,
Yeah.
Dwayne Kuzinski,
Here.
Mary Smith, Rich Barrows.
Here.
Thank you. So, you've read the agenda. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda for today?
Can I
Yes,
ask for an amendment to the agenda that we move the payables under the treasurer's report? They're reprinting the payables.
Mary, did you want to make a motion to that effect?
Well, I'm making the suggestion, so.
Okay, so who would like to make the
Are
motion?
there any other?
No, it's just that you're just asking to move that to the treasury report. That doesn't require a motion, does it?
Yeah, because it amends the agenda.
Well, no, because then you'll make a motion to amend the.
Yeah, I'll make a motion
The
to
amended
approve the
agenda.
agenda as amended.
I'll second.
There you go.
Thank you.
I don't know.
So we will move the payables approval to the treasurer's report at the end. Now we have audience business and
We gotta vote.
I'm sorry. Oh, gosh. Thank you, everybody.
Look, cue cards.
I know, hello. So, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. The agenda is approved as amended. Thank you. Now to audience business. We have here with us from the Jeffco, from the Clear Creek County Sheriff's Office, Dave and Eric, who will make a presentation, and you all have this handout right here that looks like this. This will be part of what they're speaking about. Gentlemen.
So we've been engaged fairly with the sheriff's office, and provided stats from the April calls for service. First, on there shows the day of the week call load, you'll see, they, for the newer, selectmen here, breaks it down by priority, 1 through 6. Priority 1, priority 0 is immediate threat to life or limb. Priority 1 is a substantial threat. Priority 2 are the less but more response oriented calls for service. Priority 3 and priority 5 go into the officer initiated. Priority 3 is more the traffic stop, higher risk type officer initiated. Priority 5 is more the community relations. Priority 6 is a full event. You'll see by day of the week, Monday, Wednesdays and Tuesdays have the highest counts. The unfortunate thing with our stat system, it includes everything that happens in our jet. So for the month of April, there was, I believe, 286 calls for service, with only less than, I want to say 83 were actually in the town of Georgetown, not including calls at the sheriff's office to the jail, calls and information items that they just assigned to our address at the sheriff's office. So Saturdays, Sundays are more typically higher call load for the town itself, with only minimal impact from the jail. The second page was the call types. You'll see we did a lot of transports that are prison transports that has nothing to do with you guys. A couple wildlife calls. Suspicious incidents, and then, helping the EMS service was the highest hit calls there. Time of day, if we see there's your during the business hours of our jail. So none of the unfortunate, this one is the it's located in here now, so I apologize for that. One final page is the vehicle data for the month of May. To include Saturday and Sunday Memorial Day weekend. Saturday, this last weekend, there was 7,400 cars through the roundabout. The two previous Saturdays were the second highest ones, both of them had 5,500 cars. Respectively, during that time. We're still responding, providing proactive patrol at 18 hours a week. Responding as needed after hours. My guys are enjoying it, and I think they're more comfortable with going through the town north and we did help with the borough rails. I do feel it's available to help with the flagrant. So he's one of our veterans, so we're glad to have that again if he was available. Any questions?
Any questions? No, thank you so much.
I actually have a question.
Yes.
Do you monitor the CDOT stats on I-70? In other words, what I'm trying to get at is what is that percentage of visitation from total traffic?
I could get that number, the tunnel does keep fairly accurate stats, I haven't compared them recently, but if you'd like that next time, I'd be happy to
Visitor center.
put it in line.
Yeah. Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you very much. We
Thank
really
you so
appreciate your
much, I
time.
appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you.
Good luck with the hand, sir.
Yeah.
3 more weeks, we good to go.
Yeah. So, next item up is the minutes approval. These are the minutes from May 13th. Richard, you were given some corrections. I know those have been made. And, sorry?
Both yours and Matt's.
Okay, great. Anybody else have any corrections or changes for the minutes?
I have a question. Did Alex actually obtain?
I thank you for bringing that up. No, I didn't.
Okay. I will correct that as well. Thank you. I
Thank you.
was like, did you? I didn't.
Well, there-
I know I abstained on the one motion.
We did.
I'll make a motion to accept the May 13th, 2025 minutes as amended.
Sorry.
Rich.
Rich. All those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. The minutes are approved and accepted. The first action item that we have is ordinance number 3 regarding a temporary moratorium. And Dennis will start off with talking about that.
Thank you, Madam Police Judge. The board heard some information about this town's water capacity from Haley Aldridge a couple meetings ago. And the conclusion there with Ryan's input and calculations is that when the Bighorn project phase 2, which is currently being considered for approval, is done and finished, the city's water system will be at capacity. Given that that is going to pose a significant issue for the town with regard to water pressure and our ability to grow further, the board briefly discussed the possible moratorium. And this evening, we are recommending that the board approve an emergency ordinance that would issue a 6-month moratorium that would freeze any future development to give the staff time to develop a plan for water system upgrades, along with updating development fees to pay for those upgrades before any future development is allowed to proceed. Jerry wrote the moratorium this evening, and he can speak better towards the moratorium and how it will function.
Perfect, you bet, happy to do that. This follows a format that is used statewide and is recognized as the proper way to pause development while you're developing regulations on any given topic. We can come up on in lots of different ways. Here, it's absolutely appropriate to pause development applications to accommodate time to develop regulations that would likely result in some kind of fee structure for new development to pay for capacity improvements in whatever way. We don't know how much or what that would be, and that's why moratorium really fits, because it allows you to advise you the time to be able to do the work that the Hanley and Aldrich people are gonna do, and to be able to take that work and turn it into whatever the regulations ought to be that are responsive to that work and address the issues that the town has. It's common to write moratorium, say moratorium upon acceptance, processing, and approval. So you don't even take applications in the door, when people come in with applications, but I can't receive those, staff is directed not to receive them. And that's why this is written for any kind of land use application under other land use code title 17, which is really all of them. It's always important to say what it doesn't apply to, and that's section 3 of the ordinance. You notice there are 2 categories there. The first you'll see is sublots 1, 2, 3, 5, 9, 11, block 4. What is that? Those are the townhomes that are in place that are also subject to the hospitality unit restrictions. You'll recall that sublot 1, it's already been processed, but I listed it. These are the 7 units that are associated with hotels, hospitality units. You've already processed Mr. Chang's application to release the plat note for that sublot. I'm informed by the attorney from Mr. Chang, who's reached out to the others, honestly, at our request. And so I talked about this, and said, instead of going through 6 more of these one by one, is there a way to group them? And we believe there will be, and the attorney for the Chang was reaching out to those other owners. He already had one owner asking, a second owner asking to process. So we want to be able to process those. Clearly, those are already hooked up. They already have service. There's no reason to put a moratorium on those units. And so those are accepted from the moratorium, and if the applications come in, we will process them. 7, 8, and 9, block 2 are Bighorn phase 2. And so we understand that we do have capacity for Bighorn phase 2. And so those are accepted as well. I don't believe there are any others that we need to create as an exception. I have observed over time that occasionally moratorium be imposed, and you realize that there's a category of development that for whatever reason ought to be processed and doesn't implicate the concerns here. And it's perfectly fine, it's often done to run the ordinance, amending the moratorium ordinance to add an exception if it turns out like these hospitality units, that it really isn't something that the moratorium needs to affect. But this is our present judgment of what ought to be accepted. Obviously we recommend its approval. It grants the 6 months to be able to develop those regulations unless sooner terminated or extended. And it's also common to have the moratorium be extended if at the end of 5 months out, we need another 4 months. The court's are really pretty forgiving about that. And this is well within the range of what the courts have approved moratorium for multiple years. I wouldn't want to get out that far. It's not fair to anybody. But 6 months is absolutely reasonable. That's what I've got.
Now, a couple of questions. So we don't have anything in the queue, no other houses being built, townhomes or anything like that?
What about that one that had the postcard go out and said they were leasing?
So I've asked Kasia to talk about anything that might be in the pipeline right now.
So the one that had the lease that they were posting, that one has already undergone design review and the building permit. We would be renewing it, but they already have been approved prior, so I think that would be accepted in this case. What was the other one you asked about?
like any other houses being built that you know of?
There are no houses currently, like within the application process. There's ones that have been approved in like January, and there's ones that people are percolating, thinking about, but I have no idea when those will be ready to submit.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about the Scott home, they're gonna do their driveway. Are they in the queue yet or no?
No,
And we would